All right, guys, welcome back to another Funded Trader interview. Today we have Alexis with us. She just passed her 50K evaluation. And so, Alexis, you mind telling us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from?
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Born in Chicago, grew up mostly in Nashville.
Gotcha. And what's your educational background?
I went to school for biology and pre-med, and I graduated like 2018.
And what do you do for a living currently?
Lab assistant.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I work in a molecular type of lab, so we test blood samples and urines and all type of samples from hospitals for cancer and different diseases.
That sounds like a really intense job. How'd you have time to get into forex and start out?
Well, I started forex like in 2019 before I even started working there. So, but with that job, trading forex, I kind of got lucky because it's a desk. I can sit at a desk also. So I just have my phone propped up and I'm just like looking at the camera. Yeah, I mean, looking at the phone and doing my work at the same time.
What would you say your first experience with forex was? Like, how did you get introduced to it?
Um, Through on Instagram, I was just like clicking on different pages. I saw somebody post on their story that their friend was like, I don't know, making all type of money. So then I went to their page and then they had a link. And originally I started off with IML, but I was only with them for like a month before I quit and just started learning on my own.
What do you wish you did differently in your forex journey?
Um, I don't really think there's anything, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think there's anything I wish I did differently. So I'm pretty cool with the process it took to get me here.
How much time would you say you've dedicated to trading?
A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. When I first started off, I traded like my real account and my demo for almost a year, but then I just kept losing bad on my real account. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a year and just strictly trade my demo. So that's what I did, and now this is me coming back from taking that time off. So I spent a lot of time studying.
And speaking of studying, how much time do you think you dedicate to studying, like every day, or let's say every week?
I say I say it's almost like a full-time job for me. Like I just love it. I love looking at the chart, so I don't really think of it that way. So yeah, probably like 8 hours of the day I'm looking at the chart.
What about trading do you love so much?
Um, I love I don't know. I love like I love looking at it. I love the movement. I love trying to figure out what it's going to do, making my predictions. Like I just love the whole process of trading.
What is a hard lesson that trading has taught you?
Hmm. Discipline and risk management, especially the challenge. Like I thought I was good, and then when I did the challenge the first time, I think I blew it in like 3 days. I was like, okay, this is a whole nother ballgame. Like it really made me like buckle down on my trading and risk management for real.
Do you sit in front of the charts mostly looking to scout positions, or are you more of setting alerts and coming to the computer when it goes off and evaluating from there?
Um, Sometimes I scout, but I don't set alerts. But I still like to intraday. I look at like I just know different levels. So throughout the day, I'll just look and see if it's there. Where if I'm at a good spot where I want to get in it. If not, I'll just come back and look at it later.
Do you prefer market executions or pending orders?
Execution.
Do you have a trading community outside of the funded trader?
No. I'm in like a group chat with like traders, but it's not like a team or nothing like that.
What was your first impression of the funded trader and how did you find us?
Um, I found you through the group chat. I saw somebody else posted about it, so I clicked on it, and I was like, what? Like, cause I never really thought about. Well, I thought about it, but I didn't think it was ever anything I would do, like doing a funded program. I just thought, why not use my own money? But then I was like, I think y'all had like a promotion going on for like a 90% payout or something like that, and I was like, let me see what this is about. So yeah, and then like the guidelines and everything were pretty cool, so I wanted to try it out.
And what was the motivation behind wanting to become a funded trader?
Because it's like, if I'm gonna put 500 in my account and like put all the stress on myself to try to build it up when I could just pay for a challenge, and even if I lose the challenge, I could just do it again. I mean, it's better than blowing your account over and over, because if you actually scale it up, or if you make it to your target, then you get a 50K account. And if you did it once, like, you could do it again. So.
And speaking of blowing accounts, how many times have you blown an account?
Ooh, I've blown an account so many times. A lot. I'm not even gonna, like, that first year I started out, like, I was just like just throwing money in there, like, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna figure this out, I'm gonna figure it out. And then I was like, okay, let me take a step back. So I blew like at least, I know, like 10 accounts before I just took a break, like, okay, let me stop and just strictly trade my demo. So that's what I did.
That seems to be about the average of all the traders that I interview. It's usually a double-digit number before they really have that breakthrough. So if you're at home watching this and you've blown a couple challenge accounts, or you're blowing your demo account, don't worry, it's just part of the process. You know, it all happens to us, the best of us. Have you traded with another prop firm before?
No, this is my first one.
What made you want to go with the funded trader over another company?
When I first started with forex, I saw like other companies, but it just wasn't something I thought I would do. So when it popped back up this time around, like a funded program, and I was like, okay, like, compared to the other like guidelines and stuff like that, I was like, okay, so let me just try it with this one. So I just wanted to stick with it. I mean, yeah.
And what are your favorite pairs to trade?
Nas 100, like, that's my baby.
When you take a few losses, what helps you come back stronger?
Really just pep talking myself, or like just taking time off and trying not to think about it. Yeah.
Do you think that's important for other traders to do, to step away after a string of losses?
Yes, or else you're just gonna possibly keep losing. Like, I would step away, because at least you're still gonna give yourself a chance to come back and re-enter, instead of just trying, and you're gonna lose, and then you're gonna blow your whole account. So.
Would you say that you're more of a swing trader, intraday, or more of a scalper?
I like intraday, but I do really good with scalping too, so both.
Do you use any fundamentals in your analysis?
Um, like trading with the news and stuff.
Exactly.
No, for the longest I could not understand. I don't know, maybe I just wasn't paying close enough attention, but I could not figure out how people were trading with the news for the longest time. I just figured it out like a month or two ago. So I slowly started looking at it, but not really.
And so can you give us a quick insight into your strategy?
Yeah, I can pull it up. So this is Nas 100. And I'm actually in 2 trades right now, but I'm in on my phone. So.
What's your approach when evaluating the market? Like, what's your strategy?
Okay, so my strategy is I look at the previous week high and low and the previous day high and low. And I see where we're trading compared to that. So I would come to the week chart and I would see, okay, so this is last week's high right here. I wouldn't even, since we're so far up and we already passed last week's high, normally I would put a line at last week's low, but we're so far ahead, above it, that I don't really need to right now. So then I would go to the day chart and I would do the same thing for yesterday, which is really, made a really small like. And so I see, after I do that, I see like we are way past yesterday and last week. So the next target that I would try to go for is then that's when I start looking at the previous high overall on the day chart. So I would probably target this area. Yeah, because we're pretty much about to make support right there if we come down. And then I would come down to like the 5 minute and boom. So right now I got in at kind of like right up in here, because I also use trend lines too. So I had a trend line here and I saw that it came and bounced. So this would be my entry. And that's kind of how I do it. But like, say if this was yesterday's high and we're resisting, then I would look at it differently. But yeah, that's pretty much how I.
And so how many of these setups would you say occur every week?
Not really. I say it happens like at least maybe 3 times maybe out the day where you could get in like that. Yeah, you could get in on a pullback like that and it hit the trend line. It might not, it might happen like in a small range of area, maybe like 2 or 3 times back to back, and then after that it might kind of take off. So yeah, maybe like I'll say two times a day, maybe 3 times.
And what would you say your risk management strategy is for this? What percentage of your account are you risking on like per trade?
Really like 1% or 2%. I don't try to like go all out, because I used to do that. I was trading like $300 with a 0.07 on Nas. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's some high risk right there.
Yeah.
And what would you say the win rate for a strategy like this is?
Really, like my win rate, even if I go with the challenge me doing this, my win rate is like 80-20.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And for our viewers at home, if they wanted to trade a strategy like this, what would be your best piece of advice to them?
I would say to be patient and make sure you're really like, you're not being biased and you're also not being stubborn. Like if you see that it, like, cause why would you want to get in, if it's at yesterday's high, why would you want to get in for a buy when you see that it's making rejection? You would wait it out really. Like, so I would say just really pay close attention. Don't be biased and don't just try to jump in. If you see it's wicking above yesterday's high, even just a little bit, it could still sell.
And to our viewers at home who are just starting out trading, what's one piece of advice you would give to them just starting out?
Starting out, use your demo like a lot. And also set your stop losses. Like usually at first I didn't like setting stop losses, but really I would rather try to come back from $100 loss than come back from a $500 loss. So
And so my final question is long term, what do you believe the funded trader will do for the industry of prop firms in general?
I feel like it's really gonna like raise the bar. I feel like I can see it really growing and like doing a lot for traders. Yeah, I just see it doing a lot and stuff like that and raising the bar and standards, and I could see newer companies coming in trying to like compete and stuff like that. So
With all that being said, Alexis, I want to thank you for coming on, and we at the Funded Trader wish you the best in your trading.
thank you so much.